Welcome to the deep dive. This is our seventh exploration, and today we're diving into the world of Fariduddin Abu Hamid Muhammad Attar Nishapuri.
An incredible figure, truly an ocean of thought.
Absolutely. His ideas, even centuries later, they just resonate so strongly. You can really see his influence on people like Rumi.
You certainly can, and our mission today really is to unpack some of Attar's, well, let's call them radical ideas, thoughts about unity, perception, our inner world.
Yeah, well,
It's deep stuff.
it really is. And just so you know where this is coming from, these insights are mainly drawn from some amazing conversations. We've been working with translations, reproductions really, of discussions with Iranian philosophers Dr. Ibrahim Dinani and Dr. Ismail Manzouri Larijani,
From the program Marifat, yes, we have about 40 audio files from them.
which is fantastic material. Now, a quick disclaimer, as always when dealing with translations like this. This deep dive is essentially our rendering of those original talks. Some concepts, some nuances might not translate perfectly.
It's inevitable, unfortunately.
Yeah. So we do apologize in advance for any discrepancies. We're really
Right.
trying our best to capture the core essence, the spirit of their discussions.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's jump in. Attar's engagement with Earth. That seems like a powerful starting point, especially in his Musibatnama, the Book of Affliction.
Yes, the Musibatnama. Here, the seeker, the Salik, actually speaks with Earth, with Kak.
Which is fascinating because, usually Earth is just, well, one of the four elements, right? Earth, water, wind, fire, ancient stuff.
Standard cosmology, yes. But Attar gives it this unique significance. It's not just physical dirt.
The seeker challenges it, doesn't he? Reveal your secrets.
He does. It sets the stage immediately because Earth seems so humble, literally under full. But Attar shows it holds these incredible, infinite secrets. He uses that amazing phrase, Kamir daste godrat.
Dough in the hand of eternal power.
Exactly, dough in the hand of power.
That image,
Mm-hmm.
it instantly makes you think of the creation of Adam.
He-
From clay, from earth.
Precisely. So the idea is that Earth, this humble substance, contains these profound secrets, and because humanity was formed from Earth, those secrets are also within us.
So our secrets and Earth's secrets are fundamentally linked.
Attar takes it there, yes. He views humans as this complete manifestation of God's attributes. Jalal, the majesty, and Jamal, the beauty. Unlike, say, angels, who might only reflect certain aspects, humans, made from Earth, potentially reflect the totality.
And that dough in the hand of power idea, it's not just about a past event like creation happened once and that's it.
No, that's crucial for Attar. God's creative act isn't finished, it's continuous. He is always the creator, always shaping this dough. Divine actions are eternal, always happening now.
So Earth isn't just passive ground. It's an active stage for ongoing creation. Attar even calls it a cradle, Mehed.
Yes, drawing from the Quran, have we not made the earth a resting place cradle? It's presented as a kind of training ground, a place where humans can strive for the highest perfection.
But there's a sadness there too, isn't there? In Attar's poem, Earth Speaks.
It does. It laments being overlooked, serving as a silent witness to injustice and corruption. It echoes that Quranic idea, Zahara, al-Fasad, fi al-Bar, wal-Bar, corruption appearing on land and sea. Earth just bears witness to it all.
And that line, I am among the dead, how can I have life? That paradox really hits home. Life, human life, spiritual potential, emerging from what seems inanimate.
It's profound, and ultimately, Attar implies that these secrets within Earth are akin to the depths within the seeker's own heart. The inner and outer mirror each other.
It's amazing how he uses something so seemingly ordinary, like dirt, to point to the sacred within us.
That's his genius, finding the profound right under our feet.
Okay, moving from Earth to the divine itself.
Mhm.
Attar's concept of unity, Tawhid, is really something else. He has this poem, oh, you are within my soul, yet my soul is unaware of you.
The world is full of you, yet the world is unaware of you.
Exactly. How can that be? How can something be everywhere, even inside us, and we just don't see it?
Well, Attar gives us a couple of ways to think about this. The first is about our own limitations, our finite capacity. The divine is infinite, right? The Quran calls God Samad completely full, absolute, needing nothing.
Okay, infinite.
So our souls, the world, they are filled with the divine, yes, but only up to their limited capacity.
Like trying to pour the entire ocean into a small jug. The jug gets full, but it can't hold the whole ocean.
Exactly that analogy. The jug is full of the ocean, but unaware of the ocean's vastness beyond its own rim. That's one layer.
And the second interpretation, this one feels even more counterintuitive.
It is. This is the idea of Kifa bil Zohar. Hiddenness through manifestation. The idea that something can be hidden not because it's tucked away, but because it's just too apparent. Overwhelmingly so.
Too apparent. How does that work?
Think about the sun. Try to look right at it to see its details.
You can't. You just get blinded.
Exactly. Its sheer brightness, its overwhelming presence, prevents you from perceiving its specific features. Attar suggests something similar with God's omnipresence, his quality of being muhit, all-encompassing. It's so intense, so total, that our limit perception just can't process it. We're blinded by the light, so to speak.
Wow. So his very presence becomes the veil. His manifestation is his hiddenness.
Precisely. It's not something we need to uncover, but something whose sheer intensity obscures it from our usual way of seeing.
That connects beautifully to that idea of God overflowing, Fayazan, doesn't it? Not from lack, but from sheer fullness, like Rumi's hidden treasure.
Yes, the Kunzi Makfi. Perfection so absolute it has to spill over, manifest itself simply because it is so complete. It's creation born not of need, but of abundance.
Okay, so if the divine is both everywhere and yet hidden by its own intensity, how do our human tools, intellect, imagination, language, cope with this? Attar seems to say, not very well.
He does. He continues that poem. O intellect old and destiny young, your path is made old without a trace of you, and young is unaware of you.
What does he mean by old and young intellect here?
Old it likely means, intellectual maturity, maybe long spiritual practice, someone experienced on the path. Young is the newcomer, someone just starting out.
Okay.
Attar's point is, neither the seasoned veteran nor the beginner can fully grasp God's infinite nature. The path is endless. No matter how far you've traveled, you haven't reached the destination because, well, the destination is infinite.
So even the wisest are still just starting, in a sense.
In a very real sense, yes. Which brings us to how our specific faculties handle this. He says, your image and imagination deprived of you.
Imagination, Kayal. Its job is to make images, right? Forms, shapes.
That's its function, yes. But the divine is ultimately formless. So what does Kayal do? It can't just sit there blankly. It has to create an image, some kind of representation, because that's how it operates.
So it tries to picture the unpicturable.
Exactly. And in doing so, Attar says it's deprived of the true formless reality. It settles for an image, yet it's still engaging, still interacting with the divine presence through that image-making process. It's a necessary tool, but also a limit.
A gateway and a barrier at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what about language? Your name on the tongue and the tongue unaware of you.
Same principle. When we use words, names like Samad, Rahman, Alim.
The all-knowing, the merciful.
Right. These are powerful names, attributes, but Attar calls them names of names. The true name is the reality behind the word, the infinite fullness, the boundless mercy itself. Our finite tongue uses these labels, but it remains fundamentally unaware of the limitless reality it's pointing towards.
We can say infinite knowledge, but we can't truly comprehend it.
How could we? Our language hits a wall. This leads directly into that profound statement from Imam Ali about Tawhid.
The perfection of Tawhid is sincerity to him. And the perfection of sincerity to him is negating his attributes. That negating attributes part always sounds tricky.
It does sound like denial, but it's not. It's not saying God lacks attributes like knowledge or power. It's saying these attributes aren't separate things added to his essence.
Ah, okay. Not like decorations on a tree.
Exactly. God is knowledge. God is power. They aren't distinct qualities he possesses. They are his essence. So negating attributes means negating their separateness from his core being.
It's about seeing the absolute, indivisible unity, moving beyond our mental habit of dividing everything up.
Precisely. To experience God as totally one. Every name we use, every attribute we assign inherently puts a limit on the limitless. And by using that name, we simultaneously point towards the reality that is ultimately beyond all names, traceless.
So if our usual tools, imagination and language have these built-in limits, how does Attar suggest we perceive more deeply?
He talks about tamol, deep contemplation. This isn't just thinking hard, it's more like opening an inner eye.
Seeing through things, not just at them.
Yes. Our senses and imagination give us the surface, the forms. Tamil allows us to perceive the truth manifesting through those forms. Remember that quote, all the world is imagination, yet in it a truth is constantly manifesting. Tamil helps us see that underlying truth.
Seeing the light within the image.
Okay.
And this connects to another fascinating idea. The power of a sincere sigh. The ah.
Yes, the ah. It sounds simple, just a breath. But for Attar, it represents absolute sincerity, a pure, unfiltered expression coming straight from the core, often born out of deep longing or pain darred.
And he makes that incredible claim.
If hell join me, one sigh of mine will burn 7 hells.
Burn 7 hells. What kind of hell is he talking about?
It's generally understood as our inner hells. Our vices, failings, envy, arrogance, greed, spiritual blindness, the things that torment us from within.
Our inner demons.
Exactly. And the sigh, because it arises from such profound, raw sincerity, has this incredible power to just incinerate them. It cleanses the inner landscape. It's a potent spiritual purification.
Wow. So a truly sincere sigh is like hitting a spiritual reset button. This seems like the complete opposite of the fault-finding eye, the Abin, that he also talks about.
Absolutely opposite. The Abin sees faults everywhere because it sees fragmentation. Attar suggests this fault-finding originates within us. We project our own inner disunity, our own lack of wholeness onto the world. The ugliness we perceive out there is often a reflection of our inner state.
But the alternative is the eye of the soul, the Teshujan or Janbin.
Yes. This eye sees the essence, the divine light shining through everything. It perceives the unity, the connection, not just the fragmented surfaces.
Okay, Attar clearly values deep insight. So his critiques of intellect, they can't be against all intellect, can they? That seems contradictory.
No, you're right. He's very specific. He targets what he calls suspended intellect, akli moralak.
Suspended intellect, what does that mean?
It means intellect that's not free. It's intellect driven by ego, by worldly desires, or maybe locked into rigid dogmas. It's suspended or chained, unable to discern clearly because it's serving something other than truth. It just ends up confirming what you already believe.
Right. Intellect on a leash, essentially.
Yeah.
So what's the positive alternative?
That's the responsible intellect, the aqli arif.
Yeah.
This is the intellect that's morally aware, that discerns right from wrong, navigates complex ethical situations. It's our inner compass, the foundation of a responsible life, both worldly and spiritual. Imam Ali said, intellect is how we worship God and attain paradise. Attar sees this true intellect as innate, universal.
So not just cleverness, but wisdom and moral responsibility. Okay. Now, digging even deeper into our inner workings, Attar makes a really crucial distinction between the heart, the dil, and the soul, the yan. We often use these words interchangeably in English.
We do, but for Attar, they are fundamentally different. The dil, the heart, is defined by its constant changeability. Its root, meaning even suggests, turning, flipping. It's like the surface of water, restless, easily stirred by emotions, thoughts, external events.
So, heart equals turbulence, change. What about the soul, the jan?
The Jan is the opposite. It's seen as stable, fixed, already connected to the divine reality. It's the deep, calm current beneath the heart's surface wave, stillness, permanence.
Stillness versus movement.
Exactly. So for Attar, a huge part of the spiritual journey is moving from the constant fluctuations of the heart to the stillness and stability of the soul, anchoring yourself in the Jan.
And this journey, he calls it Sirila, the journey in God.
Yes. And it's not just about personal effort. It requires divine grace, permission. It involves surrendering your own restless will to the divine will, aligning with that deeper stillness.
Moving from heart to soul. That definitely sounds like a major undertaking.
Yeah.
Now, Attar wasn't just an inward-looking mystic, was he? He also seemed concerned about society. He battled against what he called me, the superficial beliefs of common folk.
Yes, and also the mutafa'alir and the pretenders, the false mystics, claiming gnosis they didn't possess. He saw them as serious obstacles. He even discussed the ill repute of love, bad nami.
Bad nami. What's that?
It's how true spiritual love often gets misunderstood, mistaken by the mainstream for ordinary desire or just emotionalism.
People drag it down to a lower level.
They do, but paradoxically, Attar suggests that for the genuine lover of God, this bad reputation can actually be purifying. It forces them to disregard public opinion and turn solely towards God, strengthening their sincerity. Rumi mentioned this too.
Interesting. So social disapproval can actually help purify intention.
Yeah.
Why did Attar think these false mystics popped up so often?
Well, think about it. True inner knowledge, batini gnosis, is internal by nature. There aren't usually obvious external signs or tests like there are for, say, a doctor or an engineer.
Right, no certificate you can frame.
Exactly. This lack of clear outward proof creates an opening for charlatans who can mimic the language or behavior without having the inner substance. They prey on people's spiritual hunger. This is where stories like Sheikh Sanan become so important.
Ah, yes, Sheikh Sanan from the Conference of the Birds, the revered master who falls for the Christian girl. It's a shocking story in many ways.
It really is, but Attar uses it brilliantly. He frames it not as a simple fall from grace, but as a divine test, an imtihan, designed to push the sheikh to a higher level of perfection. It highlights the power, but also the immense risks of the path of love.
So what was being tested?
His sincerity. His sitko. When this happened, most of his followers, hundreds of them, just couldn't handle it. They left him. His actions didn't fit their image of a perfect master.
Understandable from their perspective.
But 2 disciples stayed. They saw beyond the confusing outward appearance and recognized his underlying truthfulness, his sincerity, and the result is amazing. The Christian girl, witnessing his unwavering sincerity through all the hardship, actually becomes a Gnostic herself. And Attar implies the sheikh's own spiritual rank increased.
Wow. So the ultimate lesson is?
Sincerity. Kadami Sidque. Unwavering truthfulness is the absolute bedrock, the first essential step on the path. It overrides everything else, even outward appearances that might seem contradictory. True gnosis isn't rigid. It can manifest anywhere. Remember Hafiz, everywhere is the abode of love, whether it be a mosque or a church.
Sincerity as the core. That's powerful. And speaking of true masters and sincerity brings us right to Attar's own legacy and that incredible encounter with Rumi.
Oh, yes. A truly pivotal moment in spiritual history, it feels like. Rumi was just a boy, maybe 8, traveling with his father, the scholar Bahauddin Walad, through Nishapur.
And Attar meets them and gives his book, the Aswarnama, the Book of Secrets.
Directly to the child, Rumi, not to the famous father.
That gesture alone speaks volumes.
It really does. And then comes the prophecy. Attar looked at young Rumi and said something like, "Soon from the warm breath of this child, the world will be warmed."
And centuries later, well, it's undeniable. Rumi's words, the Masnavi especially, have warmed the world. It feels like Attar saw the potential, maybe even helped ignite it.
It really does. It points to that unity among the great souls. You know the saying, the souls of wolves and dogs are separate, but the souls of lions are united. Attar and Rumi. Different branches, same deep wellspring of truth.
What a journey Attar maps out. So much richness, so many challenges to how we normally think. We've touched on his view of the divine hidden by its own light, imagination, as both lens and limit.
The power of that sincere side, the difference between ego-bound intellect and responsible intellect, and that absolutely critical distinction between the restless heart, the dil, and the anchored soul, the jan. It really is an ocean. You could spend a lifetime exploring it.
Definitely. And thinking about that whole journey, especially that shift Attar emphasizes moving from the heart's turbulence to the soul's stillness, it really does make you reflect personally. So perhaps here's a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe carry with you.
Given that so much of Attar's path seems focused on making that shift, from the changeable dil to the quiet stability of the Jan, what small step, maybe just one consistent inner practice could you explore, even just for today or this week? Something to help anchor yourself, even just a little, in that deeper, unwavering part of yourself, your Jan.
Just something to ponder. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into Attar's incredible wisdom.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Keep exploring those big questions. Keep looking within.
And we'll continue the journey together soon on The Deep Dive.